Now dear students, we will learn about the display settings in the PCB editor. These display settings are on the left side of the canvas. You can see over here. Previously we have discussed about the settings that are associated with the editing of the PCB or designing a PCB that are on right side. These are list of all the settings tools that are used for designing the PCB. So let's just start by discussing. The first setting is about the grid. Over here you can see you can either display background grid in this edit window. You can see over here these are grid dots and the back side. You can switch on and off by just clicking over here. Now you can see that there are no grids present. If you click on this, you can see your grid over here. And the next setting is these are the switch between polar and Cartesian coordinates. In the bottom you can also see over here these are dx, dy, x and y. These are actually the Cartesian coordinates, and you can switch between these Cartesian coordinates and polar coordinates by clicking on this button. Just click on this and you can see on the bottom that now the location of my cursor is in polar coordinates. So you can either choose Cartesian or polar coordinates as whatever settings you like. The next thing is you can change the display setting in of the measurements in inches, mils or mm. You can see over here as I have just drawn a board outline of 110 mm. You can convert this into, if you want to see in inches, click on this. This will be converted in inches. If you want to convert in mils, this will be converted in mils, and if you want to choose millimeters, this will be converted into millimeters. And the rest of all the measurements, wherever you are going to enter any settings, will be converted. All the measurements will be in the units that you have specified over here. The next setting is about the cursor switch between switch display of full window cursor. Click on this. You can see over here this is a full window cursor. If I press this button again, now this will be small cursor again. The next thing is about the tracks. Limit action to horizontal, vertical 45 degree from the starting point, which means that you will limit your cursor movement in only at a 90 degree or at a 40 degree from the starting point. Now after this is the show board readiness. As you can see, currently I have drawn all the nets. There is no readiness present. As you can see, there are 0 unrouted nets. So for the sake of understanding, let's say if I delete this net and select and delete this, and let's also just delete this as well as this and this, and over here let's say show board readiness. You can see over here these are two thin lines which are actually called the readiness. So once you import your schematic, you will see bunch of these lines specifying the connection between the components. So these are called readiness. So by using this display option, you can either show your board readiness or you don't want to show your board readiness. After this, the next setting is also associated with the readiness. It is show readiness with curved lines. If you click on this, you can see that our readiness is converted into a curved line. Now this is straight line, this is curved line. These are all the display options. So let's just Control Z to redraw our tracks. So the next thing is toggle inactive layer between normal and dim. Let's just zoom out. You can see over here, let's say if I select my front copper layer and if I click on this, only the front copper layer is active and the rest of the layers are now dim. If I choose bottom copper layer, the bottom copper layer is now active. If I choose front adhesive layer, as there is nothing in the front adhesive layer, let's say front courtyard, you can see over here this display option will help us that whichever layer is active, which you have selected from this appearance in the layer section, only that will be displayed. The remaining layers will be dimmed. Now let's say if I choose front copper layer and just let's hit escape and check this. Now it's in non-normal position. The next tool, that is toggle net highlighting, and you can try this. You can use this. Let's say if I click on this track and let's just highlight this by going to net inspection tool and click on this highlight net. This net is now highlighted. Now what I need to do, if I click on this, you can see if I click on this, the nets get highlighted. If I again click on this, the remaining board also comes into a normal position. So this helps us for net highlighting. The next is about the fill zone area. This boundary over here, you can see this is actually the fill zone. These all the copper that is present apart from the tracks, these are actually called the fill zones. So if you want to see fill zones, you can click on this tool. If you don't want to see this, click on this. You can see that fill zone has now hidden. If you again want to see this, click on this. You can see that fill zone is again shown. If you want to hide, click on this button and the fill zone gets hidden. So let's just click this to show fill zone. After that is the next tool is show pad in outline. Over here, these are all the pads. This is pad, this one pad. Now if you want to see this pad in outlines, if you click on this, you can see that the pad is only there are outlines of the pad. You can see if you click on this, there are outlines. If you again click on this, these are the full pads. The next thing is show vias in outline mode. Similarly, if as for pad, let's say I have a via over here, this one, if I click on this, this will be in outline mode. If I click on this, this will be again in the normal mode. So these are all the display options that you can try to make your working environment easy for you, so that you can easily draw tracks or do editing or designing in this PCB. The next thing over here is show tracks in outline mode. As you can see, these are the tracks over here that are going. Similarly, these are the tracks. If you click on this show tracks in outline mode, you can see that there are the tracks are actually present, but they are only shown in the outline mode. Only the boundaries of the tracks are shown. So let's just again click on this. Now these are actual tracks that are shown over here. The next thing is show hide the appearance manager. On the right side, this is the appearance manager. If I click on this, that appearance managers don't shows now. Click again on this, you can see the appearance manager over here. The next setting is show hide the property manager. If I click on this, you can see I have whatever component I select in the PCB. Let's just select zoom out. Now the show hide property manager actually shows us the properties of the components whichever I select. Let's say if I click on this pad over here, you can see that it says its position X and Y, locked or not, net, diameter, and via parameters like hole size, layer, top layer, layer bottom, via type, through. Similarly, if you select this component, this V2, then the details of its properties are over here. Basic properties, footprint properties, fabrication attributes, and overrides, etc. So these tools help us to show and hide the properties of the thing that you have just selected on your PCB. Let's say if I select this track over here, let's select this. You can see over here you can get about basic properties like which net it is connected and width. You can I think you can even change the width to 2 mm. Yes, you can change the settings over here also, and the start position X and Y, end position in X and Y. Similarly, you can change the layer in which it is drawn. So today we have seen different settings, display settings of our PCB editor. This will help us to draw PCB in a very easy fashion. These are only used to facilitate you for drawing your PCB in a very comfortable way.